Hello there everyone, this is SoulServer17 here, and let me first, like usual, I do not own this picture and this is not a paid video. Alright, okay, so tomorrow, a video of what if Izuku had alchemy, he used alchemy basically, is gonna come out. And I forgot to do a what if on Christmas night. Well, day actually. It was, what if Naruto had Sub-Zero's abilities? Well, powers. No, actually it was, what if Naruto was the reincarnation of Sub-Zero? Powers are, reincarnation, and it doesn't matter. I was gonna use that story of how the Shirai Ryu... No, that's not that. I mean, the Lin Kuei. Yeah. You know what I mean, guys. Sub-Zero, that became the Grandmaster in my Deku What If, had Scorpion's abilities, just was going to be reincarnated in the Naruto universe. So yeah, I was going to do that, but I forgot about that. And I had all these other ideas, too many ideas, and, well, I forgot. So I'm going to have to do that maybe tomorrow, too. Also, please, it just popped in my head, this idea. So please, do not hate me for it. Do not hate me for it, everyone. Don't go like, I'm gonna unsubscribe because you're thinking I'm doing this what if. No, it is just an idea that popped into my head because I was watching about one of the My Hero Academia characters since I was doing Bakugo. Like a inverted Bakugo what if. I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe I could do like a Shigaraki or Dabi what if, change it up a little bit. You can just add different characters instead of Deku. And then I kind of was like, I want to take the most weakest character, I thought. So I wanted to see what Mineta's stats were. I was thinking about Mineta. I want to take the weakest character, so I thought Mineta was the weakest. I know probably not the weakest. I'm talking like in school at the time, so maybe. But then I was thinking it was gonna be, Mineta or Monoma. But then I said nah. But I was saying, all right, I'm just gonna look up some videos on Mineta's quirk, and just facts about Mineta that I don't know. Because I'm in a range where I don't like Mineta as a character, but I kind of just like him because of his quirk, because how he can use everything to his advantage. With his quirk, basically, it's high mobility. That's what, he used it for a lot of mobility. Since he can basically jump off of it, I thought like multiple ways he can use the quirk. And so, I was surprised that he actually defeated Midnight. He was actually the very first one of his classmates who get a super move besides, Ida, who had it passed down from his family. He ranked 9th in a test, actually. And when it comes down to it, his intelligence a 5, and his technique with his quirk was a 5 too. That surprised me overall. And if I do make a Mineta what if, I'm changing his personality completely. I'm making him have basically a growth spurt. Basically. And I'm just gonna have him be totally different. It's, say, this is how I was thinking. Mineta just acts like, the way he does in the anime, but then somewhere along the lines, he stops, and he annoys he doesn't, talk to the girls or says anything to the girls. He basically ignores them, and that's it. He just ignores them. He actually is doing good in class and such, but he just leaves. He's just leaving UA. And next thing you know, he doesn't get suspended or anything. He just leaves UA because his parents take him out for somewhere over summer, And next thing you know, he comes back after summer and he's totally different. Heck, I was even gonna make him fight two freaking like people that are bullying, like maybe Suyu and Jiro, and then he just freaking comes in out of nowhere, uses book bag, hits a guy in the face, then uses quirk to slam one of those, crepes in one of their faces, then like basically able to bounce off of them with his arm, shoulder, and hits the other guy in the face, and then basically also headbutt him with just his freaking head, hair. So yeah, I mean, I want to make him, I don't know, freaking it's somewhere along the lines of the weakest hero. What if Mineta was the weakest hero? That's what I was thinking of. But I don't really know if I should make the what if. Because I don't want to make you guys mad, and I don't want to, have do something with that to make you guys mad. Anyways, so I want to hear from all of you. Just say no, and I'll understand what that is. All right. It's just I wanted to change Mineta. I wanted to see what I can do and see what people will think. And it's I even saw a video of is the hate on him, I just saw that and I was like, then I kind of started thinking more about this with the what if and such, and they say the hate is not valid. They said they were saying just some facts about it, top of my head, those stats what I told you about, along with he's freaking a teenager. My hero characters are teenagers. And it's like, how the freak did we forget about? Not we? I mean me. Sorry, I meant me. How the freak did I forget about that? He's a freaking 14 to 16-year-old. Of course, it's gonna be someone like him. Also, there's Sanji from One Piece. I mean, if you've ever seen him, then I'm just saying, I'm not defending Mineta. I'm just saying he's not that bad. Mineta compared to Sanji, he can literally die from a freaking nosebleed almost. So that's just that was the reason why the whole time thinking about that what if. But I was gonna also make Mineta basically be taller and everything else. So yeah, and that's all. That just popped in my head, and I was like, no, don't think of it, because if I make it, people are gonna hate it, and then my sub count is gonna go down. And I like having subs. A lot of people watching my videos. But I wanted to explain it and see what you guys think. Mineta as the weakest hero. What if? Personality totally different. He's smarter, he's kinder, he's not perverted, he's basically has the personality of Todoroki. I'm not talking about all the way. I'm talking it's a mixture between Todoroki, Deku, and Bakugo, along with Kirishima. Mix that into one piece of it. Todoroki's, cold, just at first he was being cold and silent, then to Izuku's kind-hearted, cheery self, and then Bakugo with him just, when he's mad, he just turns into a Bakugo, basically. And then, Kirishima, sometimes he'll basically act like Kirishima, just do whatever Kirishima does, and he doesn't say manly. He just says, I know, bro, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that that popped into my head, and that was my whole idea of Mineta on changing him basically into being the weakest hero. Have his personality change into that, and by having him fight with multiple items around him or on him, along with the grapes on his head that he uses. Also, he's very adaptive to his surroundings. So yeah, that's all. That's all I just want to ask you guys. Do you guys want to see that changing Mineta into something else? I know it's probably a dumb question, but hey, I want to ask it because creativity, creative freedom, but I want people to like it, so I want to know their opinions on it. I mean, it doesn't, I don't get tired of using Izuku. I just want to do more characters, more change. So I'll do a Sasuke what if too. Heck, I may even just freaking start changing different characters, giving them different powers. It's just all depending. I kind of not. I just want to do different things, and I want to know you guys you want to see something like that. So yeah. Just let me know, guys, if you wanna just at least see a preview of it, of the idea that I'm thinking of. I'll do it just so you guys can see how it would be. All right. Sorry about me rambling. I apologize for that. It's just that just popped in my head not too 3 weeks ago, and it's been bugging the living crap out of me. I had to freaking tell you guys, it's okay. Enough talk. Just let's get into this what if. All right, this is gonna be an hour long, more than an hour now. All right, guys. All right. So, like I said, let me guys know if you want to see a Shigaraki becomes a hero, a Dabi has a different power, or he becomes a hero, or he changes, or the meta, the weakest hero, personality different, everything different about him, changing him basically into becoming more than what he is now. All right. Just let me know if you want to see any change, any characters from the series besides Naruto, Sasuke. All right. I mean Naruto and Deku. I'll do the other characters too. So My Hero Academia has a whole bunch. So heck, I can even do Kirishima. Sorry. All right, come on. All right. So this is what if Deku. I mean, not Deku. What if Naruto had Raiden's abilities / powers? Part 2. All right. So, is Naruto the Raikage, B, Danzo, Sasuke, his parents, Choji, Shikamaru, his parents, and the whole entire Root Ninjas and Danzo and Cloud Ninjas and B basically are going to back to the Cloud Village. Naruto, basically not doing anything. He's just doing normal running with them, and they had to basically have their vehicles parked very far. So right when they get to the vehicles, they all hop in, and the Raikage, and B travel together in a vehicle that can hold multiple people. And so what happens is, Fu and her parents too. I forgot, but basically what happens is, in the vehicle, Naruto asks his mom, Kushina basically, he was like, "Mom, do you feel like you're still in the genjutsu, basically?" And she goes, "Yes, it was broken a little bit, that's why I'm back, but feels like he'll come back, and as Naruto then just starts doing some hand signs and just pours chakra into his fingers, touch her head, and then he just pours his chakra into her mind. Well, basically, to her chakra points in her head and says release, and it breaks it completely, which she's back to being Kushina. And she hates Minato, and she hates her sons, and she hates Meta. Meta and Menma. She hates them and the whole entire village. She says she can't believe that she let them or Minato do that. Which Naruto says it's alright. He understands. It's fine, Mom. It's fine. Then she basically says, "What happened to you?" As Danzo's in the vehicle too, as he says, "I asked him if he wanted to become a cyborg ninja, Kushina, because he had no training, along with he wasn't well fed, believe it or not. It was amazing he was even alive. So we had to improve on his body. He is at least 90% cyborg, which technically I'm counting his arms, both his arm as 40, and his legs are 42. Both of them, so that's 80. And his heart and having the nanomachines in his eyes. Basically, they're still real eyes, but just with nanomachines in them as 90. His heart though had nanomachines also in it. His blood is silver, but the nanomachines in his heart filters it out a little bit. But he still needs to get it to basically handle for a year, as then he has to go into a machine to get it basically transferred everything back into him and cleaned. So yeah, it's only like every year, which it could be a year and year and 3 months. That's how long he can last without getting it changed. So yeah, as well as then basically Kushina is upset. But Danzo does say all of his organs are perfectly intact. His lungs are still the same. His organs are all there still. He can still process everything. And he can still have kids, don't worry. Which she does, say, "I'm happy about that now." I'm a little bit happy about that. As he goes, "Mom, why?" He goes, "Because I have grandkids." And she goes like, "Oh my God, Mom, don't embarrass me." Which Danzo just laughs at this a little bit. So does being the Raikage. And Naruto's face is red as even Karama laughs. He goes, "Kid, that's hilarious." And then he goes like, "Shut it." Also, just so you guys know, Jiraiya does have the key. Still, he did give freaking Jiraiya the key, which Minato kind of forgot. But, I'm giving him the key. Also, Jiraiya's finding out something, so yeah. But anyways, as well, they're just driving along, and he asks though how long it's gonna be until we get to the the Cloud City. He goes, as the Raikage says, "Not that long, kid. Since we work with mostly, technology and chakra, our vehicles can go a little bit faster than yours." As Naruto says, "All right. Also, will there be a base for the root ninjas and the scientists that we have? So that way we can also have everything that I need done to me fixed." And oh yeah, I even forgot, Naruto's brain is still human. Yeah, sorry, forgot about that. Anyways, so Naruto basically, everything that Naruto basically is asking is, they can use their they do have some technology with them that they have that they did not want the Minato to ever have in contact. to make cyborg, basically cyborg ninjas, other ones, because they only want one person. Like after Naruto, it was like they do some more simulations on people. None of them could have handled it besides Naruto. So Danzo has everything wiped and deleted, and basically burned. Like any papers on this were burned. So all the technology that they had to even build the cyborg ninja like suit and everything was basically taken and stripped down to be with them, along with filtering out Naruto's blood, which the Raikage just says, "We can get everything you need." I mean, your city, the city of the Hidden Leaf, it's pretty advanced, but for us, it's basically child's play. Do not worry, kid. We got you covered. Also, do you want to be a ninja still? As Naruto says, of course. That's why I'm coming with you guys. I would have just became a rogue too, but it would have been much fun, and I need to pay. Which the Raikage says, we'll pay you handsomely, kid. Don't worry. By the way, where's your headband? As Naruto says, I failed the test. Basically, I studied like crazy in the written test. It turns out my test was higher than everyone else. Which Shikamaru, basically has I'm saying he has like photographic memory, so he just starts listing off the freaking like answers. As Naruto, does tell him what his not the answer. I mean the questions were. As Naruto then lists off his questions, which Shikamaru says, "Your dad rigged it on you." He goes, "Yeah." Heck, he actually even you don't know this, but I heard about the teacher, Aruka. Basically, didn't know about this, but most of my brother's questions were answered already. They only had to answer three. They're not even that smart. Dad had to make up for them, believe it or not. And Kushina is a little bit mad at this. And so, she goes, "Why did he hate you so much?" As, Kurama speaks in her head and tells her why. It's because of, because of me, Kushina. And, well, she's a little bit ticked off. Plus he also said he also wanted a weapon. So, there's that too. And Kushina does not want to be with Minato, so she does ask the Raikage for a message, if she can use a messenger bird, because they still use those too. As the Raikage says, sure, why not? As basically, she asks for some paper, and then basically Kushina says this on the note, saying, "Dear Minato, I am leaving you. Actually, no, I should say this. I'm divorcing you. You have treated our son Naruto nothing more than a monster and a weapon. And remember, I still have the Nine Tails in me, and yet you treated me with love and care. So, I do not love you no more, and I do not love the village. And if the village, gets destroyed, everyone can blame you. Signed, Kushina." And then, she wraps it, they get the bird, she puts it, in the little backpack of the bird, and then it just flies to back to the Leaf Village. Well, Leaf City, but basically, you know what I mean. And while that was happening, the council did call in Minato. And, well, let's just say this. Minato is getting his just desserts. He's, being stripped of Hokage. He is also being charged, along with all the villagers are being taxed higher. Even the council members are taking a punishment. Basically they take their own punishment on doing community service, and which Hiruzen even does it too. Aruka basically has to do some dangerous, not dangerous missions, but missions that he can't handle alone. So, yeah. In which, all the people are saying, like, why? And they all say is this because of we lost not one Jinchuriki, but two. We basically had already one, but she died, which was Rin. And we had two Jinchurikis again. One was changed into a robot cyborg and saved our village and left because of our dumb decision, which this is Haruzen saying this. And we also had the fourth Hokage treat him so badly. Also, we even let the the Seven Tails, go away because of I don't know, maybe because of what may happen because maybe Naruto told her. You don't think of that? Because the villagers start thinking, "Oh no, what did we do?" Like they're saying we messed up. As Haruzen says, "No crap, you did. It's not just you. We all messed up in this village. Besides the ramen guy. Naruto did come by the ramen shop, but not that often. Not often. He was able to get ramen, but the shop owner never talked to him. He just always gave him ramen, and that was it. So, and inside his head, he was like, "Good, Naruto's gone. That kid deserved happiness." And so, Haruzen, Haruzen does know about Ichiraku gave him ramen, never asked for any money, just gave him ramen, and left Naruto alone to eat. That was there, and he just heard Naruto talk to him, and he just said, "Yep, uh huh," he just asked him "Isn't everything great in this way?" He was like, he didn't talk because there was always some sort of ninja nearby him that could always tell Minato. And heck, they even found out Minato even threatened some people. So that isn't looking good for him. So basically, he is known now as the worst Hokage that they ever have, and they basically leave it as a lesson in the history books of the Hidden Leaf Village, the Hidden Leaf, to never mistreat someone just because of something's inside of them. And so they say we are going to dedicate this city so that way if we have the Chunin exams and Naruto becomes a part of it, we welcome him with open arms. And the villagers are having flashbacks of Naruto now, and they feel even worse. Minato gets put in jail. Menma and Mota are basically, they go to their friend's house and are adopted by their parents, and they get neglected to show how it feels. They're not praised at all as they used to. They are being neglected and shunned just by the villagers. And that's going to happen for at least a month, and they're going to feel how it is, which the parents of their friends did say. You're going to, basically though, they heard that it's their punishment to be shunned and neglected for a month, which they are freaking out over because they don't know anything because they're only, because they were pampered by Minato. So yeah, and then right after right before, freaking. Oh my god, brain fart. Minato is going to be taken away by Ambu. They get a bird, and Minato reads it, and he just starts crying. So yeah, and while this is all happening, the Cloud Village, Naruto, the Raikage, B, Fu, the parents, everyone. It's basically I don't think they needed a boat to get to the area, but it is gonna take 7 days. So everyone gets learns everything what Naruto has done and how much happened, and Naruto even Danzo even tells Raikage and Kushina Naruto can actually activate another mode. And they go like, "What's that?" And he goes, "Well, it's more of a deranged psychopath." Donzo explained it. That loves the thrill of a fight to the death, and we call it Jack, the Ripper. And Naruto says, "Yeah, it's really annoying when you basically power down out of it and see what you did, and you're okay with it. I'm used to blood and death already, Mom. So, hey, it's good." So Kushina is kind of freaking out on the inside about that. And she goes, "Can you show me?" I was like, "Do you want to die then?" Yeah, that's what Naruto just asked. She goes, "Nope." He goes, "Then don't ask." As Naruto hears something, say these are rogue ninjas of the leaf, and these were people that Naruto, was bullied by as a kid. These were adults who try to hurt him. As they say, "Hey, give me everything you got." As they see basically a cloud village, cloud army, cloud ninjas, and they see a ninja cyborg, and they see Donzo and Kushina, and you're like, "Donzo, Kushina, and a cyborg ninja? What the heck? Why does the cloud ninja have? I mean, why does the cloud ninjas have Kushina Uzumaki?" And then Naruto says, "Oh, perfect timing." And he cracks his neck as Kurama just says, "Well, your mom wanted to see it," and he just says, hey mom, you wanted to see it, right?" She nods, and he goes like, "Well, here's your perfect chance." As in, all of a sudden, the lightning, I mean, the electricity starts to come off him, or lightning starts to come off him, and it's red right away. The armor's having a red tint to it, and his eye, goes into the Sharingan, which is starting to glow. And the guys saying basically it's four guys, and they're saying what the, as then Naruto says, "It's time for Jack to let it rip." Someone put that in the comments. I had to say it. I had to. I didn't. I was, trying to do not impression, but just wanted to do a different voice Naruto would get. But no, he says, and this way he goes, "It's time for Jack to let it rip." As then he just he just starts dashing forward, moving quick, very fast. As in a few minutes, all of them are just dead, cut into pieces. As then he powers down, and he goes, "That felt great." Anyways, I think we'll take a nap. Night, guys. As he puts away, the well, Sonic Blade, and he just goes into the car and just taking a nap. Kushina doesn't know how she should feel about this. Actually, she's impressed, amazed, and she loves it, but she's terrified of her son. She loves her son, but she's terrified. He's not a monster. Mineta made him a monster. That's how she's trying to come on the lines of. Then Donzo just says, "Oh, you should have seen when he first activated it. It was against an army of the Mist Village," which surprised the Raikage and Kushina, because even Sasuke and Shikamaru, that surprised everyone. It was basically about 100 people. And basically, Donzo says he was supposed to go there, see if they were a threat, and if so, eliminate them. And he did. He did more than eliminate them. He activated Jack the Ripper mode for the very first time, and he cut them. into pieces. And I was able to see through, well, through the nano machines, which that how Naruto lost his eye, and that's when the Jack the Ripper mode was unleashed. And so I say to Naruto, only use it as a last resort, because it burns through his chakra. Not quickly enough, but it burns through it quite a bit. But he has an unlimited supply, along with having a large chakra pool, so I don't know how I should feel about him having that. Also, we kind of did some tests on his psyche afterwards. It turns out it may just be a alternate version of him that he made when he was a kid to have, like, to talk to. So, yeah, Naruto's probably broken on the inside Kushina, which that just hurts her. Also, if you're wondering what happened to Kakashi, Kakashi heard about, what happened to Menma and Mota. He was kind of surprised at what Naruto did. Then he started to realize he should have paid attention to Naruto. He feels like he failed Kushina. So yeah, he's gonna try and make amends, some way or form. But anyways, yeah, and Sasuke did notice that when Naruto had a Sharingan out, and well, that's when Danzo explained to him, like I said, like, now he just says about the massacre that happened. It was gonna be a coup, but Shinzo, we had to take everyone out. We couldn't, we had to save the village, and it was, I did not want it to happen. I tried everything I could do, actually. And your father was there, to tell you, and well, he actually, tells Sasuke about why they died, and Sasuke in this one would understand better. So what about the Sharingan though? I'm asking. He was like, "Oh, ask your father if I can, take the eyes of 20 people in the, of the treehouse," which your dad was willing to let me for some reason. And well, he says, well, knowing you, Donzo, you probably would have used cybernetics or nano machines, to enhance the eyes even better without the Mangekyo. And Donzo laughs at this a little. He was like, "Of course I would. Why would I want the ninjas who have them would have to kill their best friends to even get the Mangekyo?" Well, actually, go through a great pain to even get it, but hey, I do my best to keep my men safe, at least. Which, Sasuke's father doesn't deny it. So yeah. Sasuke understands now. He's okay with Naruto having it because, well, he deserves it. And he does, though, Danzo does ask, what about that, pink-haired Konoichi? And Sasuke just says, oh, her? She was useless. Which, well, makes Danzo snicker at this a little. And then back in the village, Sakura sneezes. And she goes, I wonder who's talking about me. I hope it's Sasuke. Yeah, that works. Alright, so a couple more days pass and they get into the cloud, city. And they see it. There's still a whole bunch of like rocks around, but those big pillars of rocks and such. But it's basically where there's no buildings near. That's where they are, and well, it's like a little park area, so everyone's gonna be safe and such. They even had they even brought them down, so that way it wouldn't hurt any areas. Oof, sheesh. I'm getting tired, but anyways. So yeah, which Naruto was impressed by this. Who's even liking it? Naruto does say, I like the city basically. It's way more, how can I say, my style. Which, the Raikage says, I'm glad you like it, kid. This is where you're going to be living for the rest of your life if you want to. By the way, what's your dream? Naruto says it was to become a Kage, but I haven't become the Raikage now. Which, well, Raikage does laugh and be can agree. He says, I can see you wearing this kid. As he, points to, his brothers, well, the Raikage's, hand and such. He goes, yeah, same here. So, Lord Donzo, do you have the blueprints? Which, Donzo says, of course I do. That was the first thing I grabbed. Right, Kage, sir. Do you think we can use any material to build some things? In which Darakage asks, what do you mean? He was like, well, there's a animal-like robot that I want to build for Naruto as a partner for him. But I also want him to try something. So, will you allow me to build that along with a motorcycle for him too? Mr. Raikage says, let me see the blueprints and then I'll approve it after we, establish you an area and your men. Which Danzo says, thank you. And so what happens next is the Raikage, the Raikage, gets to the gates and he says, we got guests besides Naruto Uzumaki, Fu and her family, and Kushina Uzumaki. We have Sasuke Uchiha and his family, Shikamaru and his family, and Choji of his family, and Naruto's friends, basically. As, they let them in and such, and they said, we're going to give you some, stuff too. And they do ask, why does, they have all of their, well, stuff on the car? Which the Raikage says, well, as soon as, I ordered some people while Naruto's fighting the Metal Gear Ray to get your things. So that's why we got a couple of vehicles full of your stuff. So all the, Chihas, basically, everything for the Chihas earned us in a car vehicle that'll take you home, like to your new home, as soon as we can establish it right away. Which, Sasuke's father, does thank him for. He says, no, thank you for coming to the Cloud City. And so, they do. Like, they get everyone situated. Naruto lives with his mom. Danzo lives, and basically in a own compound with the Root Ninjas. And, well, the Root Ninjas now are a part of the Cloud Village. So, they're all Cloud Ninjas. Naruto, though, does take a Genin test. And, well, the Raikage says, we don't have to test your strength. We just have to, test your intelligence and all that now. So, that's what they do. And also his ninjutsu, though. So, Naruto passes the test. This is like 2 days, they're doing this. And they, basically they ask him to make a clone. He does a multi-shot clone. Which they, pass him. That's all. That's all he had to do. They pass him. He gets the headband. He puts it. He basically takes off, that wrap that was on his left eye, because Kurama told him to. It healed now, so he does. He opened up his eye. You can see out of it. He puts the headband on, his forehead. No, he puts it on his arm, and by the way, he can take off the suit. He's not always in the suit. That's when he's in missions, alright? So, the suit, normal. Like, normal, basically, suit missions, normal, no suit. He's able to wear it, anything he wants. So, that's what he does. And this is like him wearing just normal clothing, though. It's basically the jacket. He never gets rid of it, but he's wearing different clothing. He's basically wearing a black shirt, black pants, and boots. His feet, I would say he's able to, have his feet are just normal. But when he's putting on the suit, it looks like they're not, normal and stuff. Like, what Raiden does, they look like they have claws on it, and it's like a heel. But, that's only a part of the suit. His body, Kushina does ask him about everything else, like his muscles and all that, his bones, is he able to still grow and stuff. He was like, of course, Mom. They basically, since my body was technically, I wasn't, I was basically neglected, so I was a little bit thin for a kid, a 13-year-old. Even my muscles were, so they technically made my muscles somewhat out of, cybernetic ones, but it's still real muscle tissue. Like, if you cut me, there will be some wiring and stuff a part of it, but there is, still muscle there and all that, along with my bones are basically coated, have basically a coating inside of them to make them more durable, so I'm able to survive a 565-foot fall and be able to land or not even have a broken bone and such, which she's finding all this information pretty useful. And she goes, everything else is normal and such? She goes, yeah, pretty much. So don't worry about me, alright? She goes, I'm always going to worry about you, my baby boy. Also, we need to celebrate your birthdays that we missed. He goes, buy me presents, and we're good. He goes, alright, I need to go on a mission then. As Naruto goes like, no. You're not going on no missions. And he goes, somebody's going to have to make money around here. I was like, oh yeah, true. How about you just get a job in the village and part of the city and stuff, and then I'll find some jobs I can do for the Red Kage, since I am a ninja now. I don't have a team yet. So, anyways, yeah. So basically, Naruto goes to the Kage, as then he sees Fu, and he sees another girl. Hold on. He sees a blonde-haired girl with blue eyes looking at him named Yugato. Naruto's in his regular outfit. He goes, yo, Rakage. Can I have a mission for some money? It's basically high pay. He goes, oh, Naruto. I was just about to call you. This is your team. Fu is a part of it. And he goes, Fu basically team goes like, Naruto, so glad to, you'll be a part of the team and such. As he goes, yeah. And you are? She goes, I'm Yugato. You? Basically are Naruto Uzumaki, right? He goes, yeah. She goes, I heard about you. You're a robot cyborg ninja. He goes like, uh-huh. Where's the cybernetics and everything? He was like, oh, yes. The suit helps with that too, but most of my body, my arms and my legs are cybernetic. But he's just saying go over where his head, down all the way to his head, his point to his head, his brain. His eyes aren't real, but they have nanomachines in it, and everything else from his, all the way down, are basically organs, there, and everything else is just normal until they get to the legs. So, yeah, arms and legs, cybernetic. So, she goes, oh, all right, and that's pretty interesting. And basically, Kurama just says, she's the Two Tails. And, well, he goes, huh, so you're also a Jinchuriki, which she nods. B comes in and he goes like, yo, Naruto! Kurama, what's up? As, well, what happens is Naruto says, hey, B. Yeah, everything's alright. My mom needs to get a job. I need to get, some money. Helping out, paying for rent for right now. In which B is going to be the team leader in this one. It's going to be way more funny. So basically, a Jinchuriki 3-man team. Shikamaru, Choji, and Sasuke are a team. And, Sasuke has also kind of taught Naruto in these couple of days how to do some fireball, of the jutsus of, the Uchihas, which he, was happy to learn. And so, their first mission is to go into the city and help out, clearing out a building that, people are having trouble with, which Naruto is alright. He doesn't need a suit because it's mostly for combat, but he can handle without it. So he says they'll be alright without it. So they basically go and clear out the building. It takes around 4 hours, but not about 3 hours, and that's it. Fu and Yukito and B are pretty impressed with Naruto. They say, wow, Fu and Yukito says, wait, Yagato? Yukito all both said at the exact same time. It's so cool how much you're able to lift and everything else. And he was like, it's always light. I mean, it's like 4 big giant boxes. How that's heavy? I can lift up a Metal Gear array. Come on. Which Fu said, Yukito doesn't believe it. And then Fu says this. Who do you think destroyed the Metal Gear? Which, Yukito looks at him and goes like, you did? He goes like, yeah, I did. Pretty awesome though. Awesome. Being awesome. I didn't even transform. I don't even need to. Actually, I can't, so, yeah. But anyways, I did that. Pretty impressive, huh? Yukito says, yeah, and B says, yeah, it was awesome. You were like, and basically he just like gets out one of his swords and just do what Naruto did and what he was seeing, and then like jumps in there and does what he does when he cuts off the arm completely off. So yeah, as Naruto says, thanks, for mimicking it. For her to get a good understanding. He goes, yeah, no problem, man. I'm not gonna do it the whole time. I'm not trying to do a B accent. I'm trying to think of like how to do. I should make B. Like it sounds like he will be rapping, but what B does. I think he's mostly rapping, like rhyming things together, together and such. I don't really know. But anyways, my dad's gonna tell me to go to bed. Hold on. All right, well, I'm in my room. So yeah, so basically, Naruto just thanks B for showing her that, but let him do it next time. He was like, all right. So yeah, so they get paid. Naruto's and B and all of them go on a couple of missions to prove, and it's not that many, but for this one, they basically, I can't say this. A mission's coming up, but Naruto has to go to see Lord Danzo. Well, to see Danzo basically, as he body flickers over there very fast. Well, because he increases speed with chakra, that makes lightning. Oh. As in when he gets over there to the new compound, he goes like, "You need me, Lord Danzo?" He goes like, "Oh, Naruto, we finally finished it." He goes, "Huh. So, you finished the wolf?" He goes, "Yes, we finished Blade Wolf. But now we just need you to pour some of the 5% of Kurama's chakra into it." Which, Naruto says to Kurama, says, ready to get out of the cage and actually move around such on it, by using this robot. Basically, this robot, as Kurama says, of course, kid. This can be too easy then. As Naruto does pour some chakra into the Blade Wolf, as, it's Kurama now. And he goes, "Kurama, you there, man?" As, well, "You there, buddy?" He goes, "Of course I am, partner." They actually based the design off Kurama, but they don't give it. They actually have him be able to separate everything into 9 tails, and then be able to strike with like 9 blades, which is pretty amazing to Naruto. And so Kurama just says, "It feels good to be out of that cage for a little while." Because he has his consciousness in there for a while, but he can go back and forth. So yeah. And so, after that, he introduces like Fu, Yukito, and B to Kurama. Kurama, says hello there, and then he just says, "I'm the 9 tails, but put my mind into this robot so that way I'm able to communicate basically, and move around and such with everyone." And then, basically, Fu asks, "What can you do?" He goes like, as then he shows the 9 tails cloak. He says he can only go up to 2 tails, like he can only, So use like 5% is basically just 2 tails. So so basically, the knight, basically the cloak makes like 2 tails right away, and that's all he can go up to since it's only 5%. So yeah, which they were impressed by it, and then so what happens next is the Tazna mission. In this one, Tazna goes to Cloud Village because he heard about the Leaf Village and that they're not getting many clients and such, and they're fixing because they got attacked on. So he goes to Cloud Village and asks for help, and so what happens is he assigns it to Fu, Yugato, Naruto, and B. And basically Tazna sees like Naruto. He's like wondering what the freak happened to that kid, because he sees like some like lines on him, and he looks like his hair is still white and such, and he's just weirded out by Naruto. And so Naruto just says, "Don't worry about me, Gramps. I'm fine." As well, Tazna kind of gets a little annoyed by that, but hey, he doesn't know what Naruto been through, so he's not gonna say anything. Then he sees like Kurama there, as he goes, what's that? He goes like, "Oh, this is Kurama, my partner." He goes, "Hello there, sir. How you doing?" He goes, "No problem." So Tazna does tell them about the bridge, like he's the bridge builder. Sorry, he says he's the bridge builder, and Gado's men are after him and such, and he can't, be able to pay that much besides for a C rank mission, and they said it's alright. We'll take it anyways. He goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah. You need it desperately, right?" As he nods, and he goes, "Alright." So that's what he does. That's what the Raikage does. And so when he gives them the mission, he explains it's really a A to B rank mission, but since they didn't have enough money, I took it. I had them, still fill out the paperwork for a C rank mission, and so please, help them and make sure they do not, nothing happens to Taz and not money. So they say okay. And basically, so when B says, "Alright, prepare everything and get ready and search," Naruto says he's gonna, can they wait till go tomorrow? Which B says, "Alright then, we go tomorrow." And everyone gets ready. Naruto comes in his suit, and which Tatsunoko goes like, "What the?" As Naruto says, he can perform better with his suit and sword than using chakra. So, but he does have way more control over chakra right now, so it's alright. And yeah, and so I'm actually gonna save the rest of it for later. I'm just really tired, but yeah. Anyways, so sorry this is not being an hour. It's already 2:29. I'm just tired, guys. I need some sleep. And I apologize if you're gonna hate the idea, but like I said, it popped in my head. It was an idea that I was thinking of, and I was not gonna make the video until I talked to you guys about it. So leave in the comments on what you thought of it. Alright, so that's all I'm gonna ask. Just leave your comment. Give me like the whole reason why, or like an explanation, or just like ask me why so I can explain it better to you. Or I think I already could explain as best as I could. But anyways, I'm just gonna say this now. Thank you for watching. You guys stay safe out there and everything else. Just stay warm. It's cold out. So yeah. And bye everyone. Have a nice day, night, wherever you are. and enjoy. Alright. Bye. What the?